What's up, YouTube? It is your boy, VPB, aka Vampire Blocker. Today is August the 17th, 2022. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop me a like, subscribe if you like the gems and truths I'm dropping. Leave me a comment. If you want to leave me some hate too, it is what it is. Your comments won't be deleted if you don't agree with me, or if you're just putting some hate, it is what it is. I got thick skin, unlike a lot of your YouTube influencers out here. Speaking of who we're going to get into today. Now, you have a guy on YouTube, the decent sized following, Joseph Carlson. Now, what he's doing, I don't particularly like because he's selling you things that, in my opinion, they don't work and you can do better on your own and for free. Now, here we go. A lot of you may comment, oh, I'm hating, I'm taking money out of his pocket because he's making money. No, actually, you got to look at it like this. I'm trying to save you money. That was the whole purpose of me starting this channel, was stopping the drain of people taking things from you that don't need to be taken. Now, you have people that already retired early. Our Rich Journey, retirement travelers, the people that have really good finance channels like Holy Schmidt and Dave Ramsey, they've already told you what works. They've already explained to you what works, how they set money aside every month. They invest in good growth index funds or mutual funds. They don't overspend. They don't spend money on things that they don't need. They didn't complicate it. They just put money and invested in simple index funds. Even Jack Bogle, the late great Jack Bogle, said index funds. Even Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, said index funds. Just put your money in an index fund, an S&P 500 or a total stock market index fund every month and just keep going and never take it out. But other people like to try to sell to you how they're smarter than what's already gotten people to the promised land. Now, here's your top 10 companies in the S&P 500 by weight. And a lot of these companies, they're the same top 10 in the total stock market index. You have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google 1 and Google 2, Alphabet 1, Alphabet 2. The difference between them is one Alphabet is for the public. You can vote on certain things. And the other one is like insiders, where you don't have a vote. It's company only. That's the two Alphabets. You got Tesla, scares the hell out of me that it's in the S&P 500. You got Berkshire Hathaway, United Health Corp, Johnson & Johnson, and NVIDIA. Now, in Joseph Carlson's portfolio, his story fund, he tries to act like he's more smarter than he really is. All he did was take the top four of the S&P 500 by weight. He took Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet and put them as the base of his story fund. And then he went and picked like Netflix, Salesforce, Alibaba, and all these other companies. Now, if you subtract those four companies, where would his portfolio be? He thinks he's slick. All he has to do is invest in those top four companies, and his story fund could potentially beat the S&P 500 if he puts more money in Apple, more money in Amazon, more money in Microsoft, more money in Google. If he invests in those four companies, he could beat the S&P 500. Now, he could, or he might not, but he doesn't want to talk about the stocks that he picked. Netflix, Salesforce, Alibaba. He bought Amazon at the worst possible time. He's taking an L on that. All you got to do is screenshot his portfolio when he pans down real quick and pans up. You know how he likes to be transparent? If you screenshot that, you can see that he's down in every one of the stocks that he picked. Now, here's the thing. Excuse me, not everyone, but most of them. If his dip finder really worked, why did he jump in Netflix at the worst possible time? He didn't see the dip coming with his dip finder, what you guys are paying for? He's down in Amazon. He didn't see the dip coming in Amazon's profits. Why? But why did he buy Amazon at the worst possible time? So you guys are paying for Patreon when you don't have to. You're paying for all this other stuff and Dip Finder stuff when you don't have to. You could just invest in an index fund every month and save that money and enjoy that money and do things that you love. When you look at Our Rich Journey, did they say they invested in YouTube people's platforms for dips and their Patreons? No. They said they grinded hard, they saved, they invested, and they got to financial freedom in the FIRE movement. When you look at the retirement travelers, they don't say nothing about how they watch YouTube people and that's how they retired. No, they did what the test of time was that Dave Ramsey said: pay off your debt, invest money, save money, and then you will get to where you got to go in life. A lot of people make it more complicated than it really is. You don't got to pay these people for their ideas. You don't, because how many people paid for people for their ideas for crypto and it didn't work and you're in the toilet? So many people will never come to light and say, hey, you know what? I did pay for that and I should have listened. They won't. They'll put their head in the sand and they'll chalk up their losses, they'll lick their wounds and act like it never happened. See, the reason why I started this channel is you get a lot of YouTube influencers. They'll delete your comments if you disagree with them. They'll just delete it. That's why they did away with the thumbs down counter, because for some reason people are just weak-minded these days and they can't take constructive criticism. So I don't care if you leave a bad comment for me, whatever. I'll try my best to get back at you. It's not going to stop me from living life. But when people start deleting comments and all you see is great comments about them, come on. Like, people delete bad comments where people actually ask good questions. Now, I've asked him numerous questions. All you have to do is buy a technology index fund that's weighted more in technology, and you will do better than his profile. So, hey, listen, that's all I got to say. I mean, you can follow him. You keep following him if you want. But when you become 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, you let me know if it's worth it. No regrets. Get it.